Sending peace, love, and light to the collective of chosen ones who are sending it back to me. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the tribe and to the channel. I have a few things that literally Spirit has guided me to speak on, and I've been feeling this way for a while. And I feel like I had basically a situation where I was in a position where I was in a sense, I was in a position of, trying to make it, trying to make ends meet. And when I did that back in the past, I found that I attracted, people, in general, and especially males, that wanted to gravitate towards my energy to see what they were able to get, to see what they were able to benefit off at that point in time. And I didn't see it at that point in time, but now looking back on it, I saw that the Most High am literally a light, like moss to a flame is what I'm hearing in the spirit. We are the light, okay? And we shine a light within the darkness. We shine a light in people's lives, okay? That we shine a light in people's lives to illuminate not only what they need to work on, but also to show them that light does exist. Okay, that the Most High, is working and able, and that you don't have to be surrounded by darkness. See, a lot of the chosen ones, we were born into darkness. We were born into families that were full of karmics. We were born into heavily demonically possessed families. So we are the light, okay? We are the light, and we are basically, lights shining, you know what I'm saying, for people to know that good people still exist. For people to know that the Most High is still, working and sending angels to guide and to lead and to help, you know what I'm saying, lost people, lost souls, to know that there's a way out of darkness, the darkness that society tries to keep you in, tries to keep you locked in, you know what I'm saying? So that was basically what I wanted to say. But I also, as far as with this particular thing, so I saw a video literally like a few minutes ago and on YouTube, and I just had to say something because it's like, wow, like I used to be that person that was so gullible, like I used to be that person that was like, oh, well, they look like they need help. If I have it, I'll give it to them, whether it was family, whether it was a stranger on the street, because I just had that type of heart. That's the type of heart that I have. That's the type of heart that the Most High has given me. But along with seeing that, with me seeing, so I'm gonna get to the point. Y'all know I'm a little long-winded. So basically, I saw like the guy Judah. He's a guy of color. He has locks. He walks around and he does public experiments or whatever. And basically, he walked up to a mother, a Negro American woman of color. She had her daughter with her, and they were both beautiful, and they were in the Walmart. He goes to Walmart and he just basically he asks people now, like he has different little skit setups or whatever, but he asked her, hey, he introduced himself. He walked over to her. He spoke to her daughter. He was like, oh, what grade are you in? She's like, second. He was like, oh, that's very good. That's what's up, and he proceeded to ask her he said he left his wallet, somewhere. He said he lost his wallet, or he left his wallet somewhere, and he was just trying to get back home safely and grab a bite to eat. Now, in today's time, in this current economy, we know that out of all of the women, okay, everybody, across all racial lines could be struggling at this time financially, or if not struggling, going through different things, trying to balance their job, trying to maintain, so across racial lines, across the classes, okay? To go walk over to an American Negro Indian woman, okay, a Negro American woman that appears to be a single mother in a Walmart, you can look at her and tell that she's not rich, but she's making it. More than likely, she was a single mother because it was just something that she said when he said he was just coming from work, and she was like, "Oh, okay." She went in her purse. She had a nice MCM bag, but she went in her purse, and she was like, "Okay," and he was like, "Yeah, like." He didn't just ask to go home or bus fare money. He said, I wanted to not only go home, but I want to be able to grab a bite to eat. In what world can a so-called Black American woman or a Negro American woman walk up to any Black male and say, "Hey, I lost my wallet. I lost my purse. I don't know where it is. I'm trying to get home. Can you take me home? Can you give me money to get home? And also, can you while you're at it, can you get me a bite to eat?" I feel like it's so much of a double standard. It's like American Negro women are expected to give, to Black males that they don't even know, walking up to them off the street, expecting something from them, expecting them to get whatever they want, expecting them to be able to come into their house, expecting them to be able to get into their purse or between their legs with doing nothing or doing minimal. It's like, yo, you could tell she's in here and you could just look and you see she's with her daughter. Like, she's clearly more than likely a single mother, because I'm not going to say the majority, but a lot of Negro American women in the States, they're doing it by themselves. They're doing it by themselves. They're divorced. They never was married. They're single moms, etc. Whatever the situation. But for him to walk up there and just expect, "Oh, do you have something for me?" Like, she can't turn around. She has a whole daughter. We can't walk up to any old Black American male and ask, "Hey, we're short on our rent. Can you help me?" "Oh, well, I'm short on my car note. Can you help me?" "Oh, well, I'm trying to get back and forth to work." If she saw him at a gas station or etc., or any one of them at a gas station, "Hey, can you help me?" 9 times out of 10, she's not going to get that assistance or that help, because as a collective group, Negro American males are not loyal to their own women, and they don't show up for their own women, and they don't provide and protect their own women as a collective. But as far as for this social experiment that is recorded, that he's getting money and views off of, regardless of if he's genuine or not. If he's genuine, then kudos to him. But if he's not, it's like, if you're really doing something out of the kindness of your heart, you're not going to record it. I mean, if it's, public experiment, it's a public experiment, but you're looking to make some sort of profit off of these videos, however which way you set up the plot twist or the skit. And I'm just like, she's a single mother. She has to take care of herself more than likely. She has to take care of her daughter on her own. And to, like, for a random Black guy to just walk up to her and, invest, not him per se, but I'm just saying 9 times out of 10, when a random so-called Black American male walks up to you, and asks you for something, it's like, a lot of the times they're so arrogant. They could be the most, bums or literally dusties, and they'll walk up and they'll ask, and they'll be arrogant about it. They'll be like, "Oh, well, I need this," or "Can you help me with this?" And, and it's just like, nigga, back up. Like, I can't walk up to none of y'all and, come with an attitude and come with an arrogance and expect to get anything. 9 times out of 10, if we come with a positive attitude and say, "Hey, we need something. Can you help us? Can you do this? Can you do that?" Am I going to sit here and say it's never happened? No, I'm not. But I am going to say, as far as getting assistance or help from a Black male, but I'm talking about 9 times out of 10, the average American Negro woman, so-called Black American woman, cannot rely on a Black male, whether a stranger, whether in her family, whether they share a child together, whether they're in a relationship together. She can't rely on him. And it's just like, to paint this picture, with this public experiment as if, oh yeah, well, the next time some bum walks up to you because he feels like he could get some resource out of you, or some money out of you, or some, some sex out of you. Let's just be real. He can find a place to stay. We all know that's a famous one. Trying to find a woman, a place to lay his head, a woman to manipulate so that he can find a place to lay his head because he can't stand on his own 2 feet. See, I feel as though with the so-called Black community, it puts women up on a pedestal. The more that they put themselves down, the more that they say, hey, you know what? This male has done nothing for me. He's walking up to me in a store before he came out and was like, hey, this is a public experiment. 9 times out of 10, if a dude is walking up to you, a Negro male is walking up to you, looking for you in a store, 1155 on the timer, that could be a significant time, and asking you for some money, and expecting to get it. Okay, expecting to get it. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be a public experiment. I've literally experienced it. I've literally been, helped, Negro American males when they were down and out, didn't have anything, et cetera, et cetera. And guess what? I got set up to be taken advantage of. You get what I'm saying? So in the past, so I've learned that lesson. But when I see women, women that are beautiful, women that have daughters who are beautiful, who are doing it on their own because they have a deadbeat baby daddy, the real deadbeat is the baby daddy, not the mother of the child that is taking care of the child and responsible for the child 9 times out of 10 on her own. She gets clowned, but these deadbeat Black males don't get clowned. It's backwards. It's so backwards. I don't want to sound like I'm all over the place, but this is something that needs to be talked about and expressed. I just saw, like, she was just such a beautiful spirit. This woman that I saw on this, maybe 30 a minute, long skit or whatever, around there, a few minutes. And she was just like so bubbly, and she was just like so happy-go-lucky and, so positive. And I'm just like, wow, that's such a beautiful thing to be. I want her to continue to be that. I want her to continue to teach her daughter to be that. But I also don't want her to get got out here, because I know how niggas could be. I know how Black males could be when they don't have anything and they're looking for a come up and they're trying to find the nearest sister to help a brother out. You get what I'm saying? But 9 times out of 10, once they latch on to you, they start to extract your resources. They start to extract your energy. They start to extract your money. Next thing you know, your life is upside down. See, I've experienced that before, and that's why I'm able to talk about it. And I'm just like, you know what? This is a scam. It's a scam. The majority of Black males is not walking around trying to look for sisters, American Negro Indian women, okay, to give money to give $1,000 to help pay for their car note, for their rent, for their gas. So I feel like it's literally, I feel like it's a Jedi mind trick, because let's say, for example, the next time a woman is in a Walmart and a dusty dude walks up to her and asks her for something, after she's seen enough of those videos, she's going to say, dag, well, this might be a public experiment. Let me help this guy out. You never know. And that opens the door to, the average, Negro American woman to be exploited, because they don't walk into stores such as Walmart and look for a Caucasian female, old or young or Asian or Hispanic or whatever, and, walk up on them and impress them and say, hey, and expect to get anything. No, they don't. As a group, they go in there, they might. And from the few public experiments where I saw Negro males inside of Walmart specifically, or the parking lot of Target or Walmart, asking other races of females for money, or, it was always, most of the times, it was a no. It was a no. It was an absolutely hell no. Because excuse me, because they were like, no. And the few times where they was asking males, different races of males, for money, and like, oh, I just need $1, oh, I just need $2, they was like, hell no. So they know, these males know that American Negro women are conditioned and raised to have a soft spot for them, to have a so-called weakness for them, to have sympathy and empathy and, help a brother out. But when you're down on your luck, when you're down on your ass as an American Negro woman, you have no niggas to call. You have no black males to call as a collective. Whether they just don't have any money, whether they don't want to help you, whether you just, it's only a one-sided relationship with a lot of American Negro males as a collective. We're not talking about the few far in between or the unicorns. We're addressing just in general. And it's just like, dag, like, literally, it's really, you could tell it's really, you could tell it's really getting rougher out here. I could just see it, because I'm like, for him to even make these videos, and like, it's certain women that already know the game, that it's from certain urban areas or whatever, and they know how it goes. They know how the game goes. So when he walks up to them and asks them for something, whether no matter how they look, no matter what, financial level they're on, they're like, no, like, I'm a single mom. He's walked up to several single mothers, and they're like, no, I'm a single mom. Like, why are you asking me for money out of all of the people? Like, why are you coming up to us as women, whether they have children or not, in a Walmart? Why are you even asking? Some of them just look at him like he crazy, because they're like, why are you even coming up and asking us anything, like, for anything, when as a collective, y'all don't do anything for us. Y'all don't give to us. Y'all don't pour into us as women that give birth to you. So it's like, why are you asking me for anything? Why are you coming up and asking me for anything? It's the principle. It's always about the principle. Anytime you walk up to somebody and ask them something for sure, for certain, like, with an arrogance or with I know she gonna give me some money. But if a woman of your race walked up to you an hour later and you had the money, and she walked up with that same attitude, you wouldn't help her. You wouldn't give her nothing. And a lot of the times they probably would curse the woman out, 18 on the clock, and call her the B word. I mean, I'm just being real. Because I'm seeing the play, and I'm seeing how they're trying to set up, American Negro women that are single mothers that are doing it on their own, and or of one child or multiple children, or they're not single mothers, and they are in areas where dudes want to come in and see what they could take. Come in and see if they could live rent free. Come in and see if they could lay up and get all of the home cooking and sex and cleaning and this and that and energy, but they don't ever want to give anything back. And I ran into, I think I brought this up maybe a few weeks back. I ran into, some guy, and he just thought that, I guess I was so green because I look young. And basically he was just like, oh, well, I was reading his thoughts and he didn't even know it. He's thinking, oh, I'm going to try to find a way to, for her to let me in her house. I'm going to try to find a way to slither into her house. I'm going to start bringing up, he started saying, hey, well, don't you want to invite me over for dinner? No, I don't want to invite you over for dinner. No, I don't want to cook for you. I don't cook for random meals that don't do anything for me. I don't cook for random meals that can't help me, that I can't call on when I need them. Okay. And that includes, especially not no random nigga off the street, no random stranger off the street, just being real. I'm not cooking for no male family members that don't do nothing for me. So it's a mentality and it's a mindset. Within the so-called Black community, they condition the young girls and the women, to worship these males, regardless of if they're helping them, if they're producing, if they're giving to them, if they're building for them in the community. It's like you're just giving. You're giving and you're giving and you're giving. You're being exploited. as so-called Black American women, and you're not getting what you're investing, okay, out of it. You're not reaping the benefits of your investment, your hard work, you getting pregnant and carrying these children, you getting pregnant and giving birth, and then your reward is having to do it by yourself. Your reward is being called as a baby mama for having a baby, which is natural, because these niggas, these so-called Black males, have created, a death culture that is centered around targeting women of all age ranges and using them and exploiting them and not giving anything back to them. And that is a curse, okay? That is the cancer, okay, of the so-called Negro community. And I just have to say something about it. I mean, I'm so tired of, hearing the sayings, oh, my sister, my queen, my this, my that. Anytime a nigga say that and he got that on his mind and he got that at the tip of his tongue, he always wants something. He always want to ask for something. He wants you to buy something. He wants some money from you. It's never coming from a genuine place. But when it's flipped and it's, so-called Black American women, it's like, oh, my king, oh, I love my king, oh, anything for my king. But look, why isn't he given as a collective? My thing is, if enough so-called Black American males loved and respected their counterparts, the women that are like their mothers that gave birth to them, okay, if they had any self-pride and any honor in their true selves, a lot of these niggas don't even know who they really are. They don't even know their real heritage and culture. They still connected to that out of Africa theory that the white man done pasted into their mind. So they're not even in their right state of mind. They don't even know who they are. 222 on the timer. 2222 on the timer. So it's just like you're dealing with the Walking Dead. A male or females that are not connected to their true ancient history, their true ancient culture, their true heritage. They haven't done the work. They haven't asked the right questions. They haven't went within to find the answers. They're spiritually dead. It's nothing that you could get out of a dude that's spiritually dead. That's the definition of the N-word. A so-called Black male that is spiritually dead, that has been conquered mentally, spiritually, emotionally, resources ripped from them, names ripped from them, heritage, culture ripped from them. See, that's what creates a Black male that is spiritually dead, and also a Black female that is spiritually dead. But it's just like, I'm just like at the point where I'm just like, instantly when I saw that video, it was something in me that took me back to a time that it was a situation that happened about maybe almost a year ago. And I was going into this store. I was going into this little supermarket or whatever that I go to every now and then, because I live, around a whole lot of places. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take my little afternoon stroll, get some sun, etc., put some cardio into my day, and go about my business. So I seen this real tall, dark-skinned Black male. He looked dusty as hell. And basically, he pops out of this car, and then a couple of feet behind him, I see this little small Caucasian female. And I'm looking like, I got my headphones in, I'm listening to my music, and, I'm walking and I'm just like, well, why the hell is he walking up to me? Like he know me or something. I don't know him. I looked in his face and I was just like, no, like, I don't know you. Like, what do you want? And at first I was just like, maybe they're going into a store that's in this direction. So I didn't pay no mind, but I felt deep down in my spirit that this was a nigga that wanted a handout. This was a aggressive nigga that, didn't have it. And instead of going and asking another Black male to help him and his Caucasian girlfriend, out with gas money, he's looking for the nearest so-called Negro woman, the nearest, Negro American woman for refuge and help. But you're not even with, what the hell? You're not even with the woman that, basically you're not even with, excuse my little head wrap, y'all, but, you're not even with a Negro American woman. You're not even pouring into a Negro American woman. You're not even showing up for a Negro American woman and or children. You are not even with your race of woman, but you're running up when you need help, when you need you begging for dollars to go into your gas tank instead of go. I told him to go and ask his girlfriend's race of people for some money. Go and ask some Caucasian people for some money. They're more likely to help you. I'm not giving you shit, and that's just what it is. And even I didn't even have no cash on me, but it was just the principle. I'm not giving no nigga nothing that I can't go to and get no money or no help or no assistance from. It's just not gonna work. I'm like the audacity of this nigga. And I'm looking and I'm just like, yo, this young little white girl looks too fucking young for your old ass anyways. So I already know that it's a money scheme. It's always about them trying to outsmart somebody to get over. Okay, whether it's using you physically, it's always a gimmick with a lot of niggas, bro. And I just gotta talk about it. I have to bring light to it because it